So today on Project Shop, we're finally going to get on this big rotor and big stator. I'm going to work on this thing first. I got a couple ideas that we're going to try here. First thing I'm going to do is remove the aluminum, okay? And then I'm going to remove this ring, and we're going to try to pull the copper out this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this maybe here or here down in there, okay? And then I'm going to try to use the forklift to break that free. Here's the problem. I've looked at this. It'd be nice if I could just rip it out straight that way. The problem is this is down there so deep it's going to interfere with this. So what I got to try to do is break it free and then try to jerk it out that way. I'm gonna see if I can't just tie it to the forklift and pull it out, or maybe even use a combination of the forklift and the jaw, the spreader. I can get it down in there, push that out. I'll cut these off. I don't know. We're just gonna have to get out here and start working on it. So first thing, aluminum, the cage, that aluminum, and then all these spacers. I'm just going to take the Hot Wheel and whiz through them, knock them out of the way. I'm hoping we get close to 200 pounds out of this coil. Did my light just shut off? Interesting. I got my GoPro light I'm using for the first time, and literally working for 2 minutes and shutting off. Could be that I've had it for a year, never used it. Anyway, I'm gonna get set up on a time lapse. We'll get all this crap off out of the way, and then we'll see if we can't get one of these things out of here. Okay, we've run into a little problem, but it's nothing we can't solve. So over the past 2 days, I've noticed this thing was hard starting, and I thought the battery was just getting low from me not turning on the alternator. It needs to be excited with that switch. So I charged it up overnight, and then this morning it was still struggling to start, but it was starting. And then I just went to start it, and oh, it started. Oh, let me turn the gas on. I was going to okay, I was going to now the problem is I probably only got one more time using this, so I'm going to bring it over here real quick while it's running. I need to pick this up to slide this off, because if I remove these bolts, there's 4 bolts left, this thing's going to set down. I need to get this down. And unfortunately, I was going to use the forklift to try to pull this out, but I'm going to have to deal with that starter. So I'm going to go as far as I can. Actually, I don't even know if I need the forklift for this right now, but since I got it running, I don't want to get it stuck over here. I'm going to have to pull the starter and either go buy one tomorrow or see if I can't repair that. Steve literally just repaired his starter for his truck with some spare parts we had laying around here. All right, I'm gonna just let the forklift run. So I've come to the conclusion I definitely need 2 forklifts. We can't be having a down machine. Okay. Oh. What I was gonna do, if I couldn't get the forklift, this is 3,500 pounds. I was just gonna go get my floor jack and pick it up to do this. Get that out of here. Shoot. Big old piece of cast. Okay. I'm going to run my copper into the building just in case the forklift calls it quits on me tonight. Well, that might be the last time she starts. So at least here I can pull the starter, which is right down here. I don't think it's going to be that hard. I just need to probably just remove the intake. We'll worry about that later. We're going to go, we're going to at least try to get one of these off, and then I actually have to change gears because I'm going to need that machine back up and running. So what I did on this side, I cut these huge nuggets off. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do over here Get my light back over here. I think what I'm going to do on this side is I'm going to try to cut into this copper right down this line on both sides, remove that chunk. Although I do want to kind of be able to get up underneath that. My thinking is, if I can get my spreader jaw in here and push these open, I can free that up a little bit. Give this thing some good wax. Woo! Those are just chunks of aluminum. That might even be extrusion. Okay. Okay. Oh, we're sending bolts out into the street. Wow. Tell you what. This is one solid. What we might need is my big bar. That's interesting. All right, that's done. Now, I can probably leverage this thing and roll it this way. We can get in here somewhere. No. Okay. It's going to take a little more than a 6-foot bar. This thing does weigh 3,500 pounds. So it's not like we're just going to muscle it around with our little 280-pound self. Although, dang, I should have thought about that before. Oh, whoa, yeah, there we go. All right. We're going to work on that top one, which means we need to go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. One more. All right. So, when I first saw this, I didn't have a forklift. So I was thinking to myself, how am I going to do this without a forklift? And what I thought was, I'd bring it in 2 pieces just like I did, but I'd process it right on my trailer. And take the steel right to the steel yard without even taking it off. Well, let me start down here. Now, if this was in Pakistan, they'd take this whole thing apart with a hammer and a chisel that's like half the size of that looks like the dude's been using it his whole life. All right, so we're going to be working on this bad boy right here. And I'm going to try. I want to try and cut as much as on there so I can get my hydraulics in there and open this up the little bit that it's going to let me. And then I might have to come back and cut it. Now I did buy one of them carbide cutters. Let's see, make sure there's no, I got the sun on over there. The sun is working at half pace right now. Half of it's went out, like the driver went, or the LED diodes went bad. So unfortunately, I did get them for free in the scrap. They obviously changed them out because they were bad. Let's see. Just make sure that I ain't got too much. Okay. Now, I'm gonna just use that same blade. Wow. That's a huge piece. I mean, it's literally as thick as I can open my hands. Okay, this might take a minute. I'm gonna time lapse this, then we'll come back once I have something to work with here. It's gonna suck if I have to cut it again, which I think I'm probably going to. But if I cut it here first, then I got no way of putting the spreader in there to try to free that glue that's down in there. I don't know. We're gonna see how this goes, see how easy it is. Oh, you know what I think I'm also gonna do? I think I'm gonna take this one out, however it comes out, even if I gotta pull one strand at a time, we're gonna get the copper out of here. I'm gonna roll this all the way over, and I'm gonna pull the other one out, because then I'll be able to get the spreader underneath there, and then I can walk that out of there a little more. Or at least as far as this lip here. But that's better than the, I mean, right now, I'm only being able to move that a couple inches. Hopefully that's enough to free the glue and we can get it out the other side. Because right now, I'm absolutely gonna have to cut this because I'm not gonna be able to spread that up enough. I might be able to bend that. That's some tough stuff. I'm gonna quit yapping and get to work. Okay, here we go. I got this off, and that is a huge chunk. These are solid. I'm actually gonna go weigh them because I can kind of measure that and then measure this, and you know, however many inches or whatever, we can kind of give a rough idea how much copper's here. The blades, I tried 3 different blades, 2 wood with nails, aggressive, and then this last thin one, I think that one did okay, and I was running it on a lower speed, so I didn't heat up the blade, because I got a bunch of crap in a video about running my sawzall too high, and it's absolutely right. It does kind of burn up the blades. But let's weigh these. I mean, these feel heavy. Okay, so we're zeroed. All right, so 12 pounds. That is a solid basically a solid block of copper. And that's all the way around. Get in there as much as we can. Oh! Oh, wow. I'd say that worked pretty good. I'm gonna keep going with that. Okay. We're spiking up there at 4,000. And I believe that's pretty much because we're hitting over here. All right, so that pretty much did exactly what I wanted it to do. And I mean, except for that last little piece, I think what I can actually do, because I got a gap in there now, I think I can get the jaw in there and just start pushing this up. Who cares if it splits it? And then I can get most of that out. Because I think if I put it in here now, I don't think I'm going to get that free. I think I can work that jaw in there. And yeah, this is going to be the way to go. I got to cut these off real quick so I can get the jaw in there. And then I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to work this out. I'll just push this up even if it hits here and separates. Like this is already starting to separate. Yeah. Heck yeah, man. The jaw for the win, dude. So this is what I was thinking I was going to do if I couldn't get the forklift on here. What I was going to do with the forklift, and even that probably wouldn't have worked. I was going to try and wrap around this and just pick up on this thing. But that wouldn't even have worked either. I would have had to chalk this up and set it so that I can get straight up on it. I think what I'm doing here is probably going to be the way to go. Okay, here we go. I've got 2 chisels wedged down into corners, putting a lot of pressure this way. So hopefully, as I start popping it up, they'll push it that way. I don't know if you can hear that. It's like 11 o'clock at night. Someone's running a concrete saw out here. There's all kinds of stuff going on around here. All right. Let's see if we can't get this to start. Pulling up some copper. Get a wedge in here. careful. I'm staying to the side because it's wanting to kick out. Alright, that thing's wanting to pop out of there. Let me just see if I can. Oh yeah, that's tough, man. Man, this might be, we might have to pull this out layer by layer. Problem is the other coil is locking up part of it. I think once I get this out and I get the other one out adjacent to it, it's gonna make getting these other ones out a lot easier. But for now, I'm gonna be fighting these things. Now, there's really no way to cook this one unless I just engulfed it in pallets, but that'd be a huge fire. I mean, we got one off. Look at this. That's pretty much coming. I'm good with that. We got some, these things are solid. So we still got a lot of glue. I mean, we're only a quarter of the way. I don't think that jaw's got enough to push that out yet. We definitely got some more work ahead of us. I mean, I could probably, oh, look at that. Let me get some gloves. This is some sharp stuff. What I'm thinking is, if I get like, if I can get the whole first row out, like all these ones, let's see, it's my hammer. I think I could get, if I could get that row out, it would, it's like locked up in here against some paper. You might just have to resort to small arms and hand-to-hand combat. Okay. I think if I can get that first thing free. Oh my God, there's so much copper. Okay. I'm pulling too much. There's so much glue. Okay, you know what I need? A smaller pry bar. There we go. There's like a huge glue spot right here. I think I'm gonna bring my chair over here. Work that front lip. Let's see. problem is they're stacked weird. This one's like partially. I might have to take out the first 2 rows. I mean, even if I did this the whole time, I don't think it would take me that long to get this out. But I gotta work that first row out of there. Give this thing some breathing room. Once you wiggle the glue free, you see my glasses are fogging up. Okay, this might take a bit, but I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna get down to that first row. Yeah, that's tough. That first one. I think once that's free, there's gonna be really nothing holding it against. I gotta just pull. Unfortunately, I gotta like sneak. The way they're not just stacked one on top of the other. They're kind of overlapping each other. So you almost got to take out like you almost got to get 3 rows out. It's like almost stepped in there like a pyramid. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be a job. All right, well, I don't even think the forklift would have handled this. Which I need to hurry up and get this out because I got to pull the starter off that forklift. Okay. Oh yeah, the whole thing just popped. Okay, so you probably can't tell on camera, but there's like a cloud of dust coming over here from way over on the other side. I just walked down there. There's a dude in there. Right now he's running a chipping hammer. It's like 11:30 at night. 5 minutes ago, for 30 minutes straight, this dude was running a gas saw inside the building, like a gas cutoff. Which, to me, I cut concrete for a professional concrete cutting company for like 10 years. So when I see stuff like that, like, oh, the cloud's pretty much gone now. He's been done for 5 minutes. But down there was just a plume of white concrete dust coming out of the building. The dude's in there running the gas saw in the building with the dust, no dust mask, no respirator, just breathing it all in, man. I walked down there, I could barely see through to the other side. There's so much dust in there. That's just crazy. Now he's over there chipping away. I was gonna ask him if he, you know, knows what water is. I mean, even I used to run them gas saws, but we had a little attachment. I would even keep a pump spray bottle in my truck, and I'd plumb it into them saws so you could use them and then, you know, not dust yourself out. I think maybe one time my whole time cutting there, I cut something dry. Oh no, I'm sorry, twice. Once with a gas cut saw, cut off like what he's using, and another time with a, I had this huge job down on like 595 in the Sawgrass. I had to cut all the expansion joints on the bridge. It had to be exactly 1 inch wide, 1/2 inch on either side of the cut, 1/2 inch deep, and it had to be dustless. And we couldn't use water because they had to put an epoxy down right after I was done, and they couldn't have water involved. So I had to make this apparatus. I literally used brooms from concrete, finishing concrete. I took a whole bunch of them and made a custom shroud for my saw. I made a custom skid so I can drop the saw down and it would stop at a certain depth, because it had to be like a 1/2 inch or 1 inch deep or something. And I put, it was a 480 volt walk behind saw. I put a transformer on it to step the voltage down to 110. I had a pulse back, a really cool pulse back vac system on there. And that is a dust collector that doesn't clog. Basically, it's got 5 filters, and it's running like 2 or 3 of them at the same time. And then every like 5 seconds, it builds pressure and blows pressure back pressure through the filter to blow the filter out. It's actually a pretty cool system. But I had this whole setup, and I was cutting dustless. It was actually pretty cool. All right, so after removing that whole front row, and look how many it took to remove that whole front row. That, I mean, that's not anything to sneeze at. So what I think I'm going to do is pull this whole front piece off, and that's loose now. I'm pretty sure I saw that thing move all the way up. Yeah, that's loose. I'm pretty sure that'll come out of there. Yep. So what I'm going to do is roll this over on this side. I'm going to try to peel that back off and do the same thing. Now that I know the system, it shouldn't be that hard. And once I can get it free, we can get that out. But it pretty much took removing that first bit all the way down to free up that glue. And then once I free the glue up, I'm pretty sure I can push that whole thing out, and then we can weigh all this copper, because it was 12.5 pounds per 4 inches or whatever. So this thing's actually going to weigh a little bit, hopefully. If my redneck math was right, this should weigh a little bit more. I always try to lowball myself. So when the final results come in, I'm like pleasantly surprised. Anyway, I'm gonna hit the time lapse. We're gonna roll this over. We're gonna work this side loose. And that's gonna be it for me tonight. I'm cooked. I don't even know if I want to. I mean, it's 11:30 at night. By the time I'm done this, it's gonna be 12:30. Actually, I'll probably get that out pretty quick. I gotta pull that. I'll probably come in early tomorrow, pull the starter off, take it apart, see if there's anything I can do with it. If not, we're gonna go to the auto parts store and just buy a brand new one. I gotta have that forklift operational. That thing's a huge, I mean, who knows, I might have been able to grab onto this and uke it up. I mean, that was my original thing. Actually, my original thought was get the fork up underneath there, jam it in and work it. But which if I fix the starter tomorrow, we might explore that option, because on the next one I am going to be using the cutoff, because no, the Sawzall just too long. The 7-inch cutoff will just mow through that copper, man, like nobody's business. So, but hey, this is the first one. And you know, we got a trial and error. So we got four here. First one, we're gonna cut our teeth on that, learn what to do, what not to do. The next one, we're gonna fight that one, but once I get past where these are getting locked up underneath there, I think it's smooth sailing. The last two should be golden, man. Look, he's back at it. Look at this clown, man. Yo, he just fogged himself out, and now he's in there chipping away. This dude's gonna have silicosis in the lungs by the time he's done with this job. Okay, we got an absolute mess over here. All this copper, but I think I got it freed up now. That is tough, man. I literally, I didn't even peel back all the way with this one, but I think I got it moving. I could probably use the bar, but I'm gonna shove the jaw in there real quick just to see if I can't push this whole thing out. Got a better angle on the other side. Okay. Alright. See if we can't put some pressure to this. Alright, see what we got. I'm gonna put it down here. Oh, we might have to get this thing started. Oh man, that whole thing moved. All right, seems like we got this side completely free. This side, nope. All right. down to get that. That's pretty freaking loose. I wonder if I put the jaw in there, put some pressure on it. Oh, 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 oh. We don't even need the jaw. We just need some brute force. Holy smoke. Okay. Well. It wasn't pretty, but we got it. Oh, that thing is heavy. I mean, that's almost 200 pounds. So you're talking about $640 sitting there. I don't know. Let's go plug the scale in. See what we got. Now that I put my bin inside, shit, we definitely gonna fill that bin up now. Zero. Dang. That thing says 290. There's no way. I did just eat a bunch of Chinese food. I am wearing heavy boots. I got a big ass heavy gun on me. Let's see how much the gun weighs. Huh. 3 pounds. Okay. So, I can't blame the gun. I must be getting fat. Oh, snap. Whoa. Whew. This thing is way heavier than it looks. Okay. I'm gonna do this. Whoa. That's 138 pounds right there. Let's get the rest on here. And then of course we have our, there's 200, 208. I don't know what I predicted. Was it 208 or 206? Anyway, there's a whole pile of slack over there on the ground. And whew, that made me work up a sweat. And it's freezing out here. Okay. Okay, well, there you have it. Huge chunk of copper missing from that thing. Now, I'll roll that all the way over. I ain't gonna do it now, but I'll do it tomorrow. And now that I know what to do right out the gate, I'm gonna pull the whole inner core all the way around on both sides, and it actually should come out. So actually, honestly, you don't need no special tools, no big hydraulics, nothing, man. 5-foot pin bar and a hammer and a sawzall, man. That's really all you need. Cut that, get that. Now, I did use the jaw to open that up. That's probably going to be a little difficult without the jaw, but I'm pretty confident you could just get a chisel in there. And if you were going to do it that way, I would make the cuts right here at the end. Cut them flush, get the chisel under there, pry it up. I had the jaw, it just bent that stuff right up out of the way, no problem. And then once you break that glue loose, like, I honestly don't know of anything other than huge hydraulics, man. I mean, we're talking, it'd probably have to be a cylinder, literally 100 tons maybe. And how are you going to grab it? You got to get something that's going to grab that to pull it out. You know, you almost have to do what I did and break it free a little bit. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. How would you do that? I know how I'm going to do it. Pretty much just exactly what I just did. Except for tomorrow, I'm going to break out the 7-inch grinder when I'm not so tired and I'm fresh. And we're going to hit all them corners back there with the 7-inch and get as far as we can penetrate with that, and then hit it with the sawzall, because the first 2 blades I just changed out because I was seeing what blades worked better. And then there was 1/3 blade that I actually burned up, the one over there. I kind of bent it, smashed it into something, and you know, we had a good time. If you're not breaking blades, man, you're not working. Anyway, so we can conclude that we can figure out what we got real quick. 208 times 4. There should be 832 pounds of number 2 copper in there. What I'll do is, I'm pretty sure I weighed that bucket right now as it is. I'm going to try to fire that forklift up one more time, get that out here, throw this in that bin. If I do this to all of them, what I might have to do is I might put the cutter jaw on and cut all this mess into small bits so it lays down and it's not such a big hairy mess. I was actually thinking about cleaning this. There's so much of it. Like, what would be the... Actually, I don't think it would be that much of a difference. I don't think it'd be worth trying to clean it, because I'd have to peel. I'd have to get it all out of there. Now, them bars on that other one, that's what I was thinking about, cleaning those one. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm just talking shit at this point. 832 pounds. Last time I sold copper, I got $3.40 a pound for number 2. So this should be 2,828 pounds, or $2,828. So that's $300 shy of paying for the whole entire thing. That was 3,500 pounds minus the 830. Okay, that makes more sense. 186 plus the 2,800. All right, yeah. So we're about $100 shy. Oh, we do have some cast aluminum, so that's gonna add to it. So I'm really excited about ripping the rest of the copper out of that tomorrow. Now that I've seen how it comes apart and what needs to be done, that's going to be light work. Probably I can have that done in 3 hours now. Now that I know what I'm doing, an hour per thing. And it might even go quicker because I'm going to use the grinder tomorrow. And then we're going to have to deal with this situation over here. But we'll figure it out tomorrow. I'll see y'all in the morning. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrap yard. Watch it. Look, it's dancing. You ever seen your copper dancing before?